Hey guys, Alex here, and I'm doing a quick video update just to help explain quickly some of the changes that we're now testing on the test server. So, first thing is I've changed the score formula. It is now more dependent on infrastructure, and I'll explain why. The amount of score that military units provide, as well as cities, has been decreased significantly. The next thing, and one of the biggest changes that I want to talk about, is unit recruitment. So now instead of having a fixed number of units that you can recruit per day based on your military improvements, you have an increasing, or what I like to call stacking amount, that increases every turn, and it's dependent upon how many military improvements that you have. So you can see that on the military page here we've got some extra information where we have stack, increase per turn, max stack, and total cap. So military units are now on the test server capped by your population. So for example, soldiers, the max amount of soldiers your nation can have is 4% of your nation's population. So this is again one of the reasons why infrastructure is now a much more important factor in nation score, is because this is really the only determinant of your military capacity with this update. So anyway, so we have our total cap here. Our max stack, which is the max amount of soldiers that we can recruit at one time, is 2/3 of your total cap. That's how that's calculated. The amount that it increases per turn is decided by your military improvements. For example, barracks increase your amount by 80 per turn, but this is also capped at 1/36 of your total cap. So it's going to take you 3 days to get to your total cap at the least, but you can stack that over time and get up to 2/3 right in one click. You can see that right now I just recently recruited some soldiers, so my stack's at 0. When you use units, your stack is reduced. Here, tanks, you can see at 56 stacked, increased by 14 per turn, max stack is 344. So what happens is every turn this increases by 14 until it reaches 344, and then it'll stop until I recruit more units, and then I'll go back up again. Air Force, ships, and spies, because we use less units, they increase by fractions of a unit at a time. So they build up, but again, same concept. So that's stacking recruitment, and that is going to basically make it so that you don't have to fight your wars at update times, and it also makes it easier to fight back because all units now can be recruited over a span of 3 days. That's what it takes to max out your units, and you can recruit 2/3 of it at once. So if you're falling behind in a war, you don't have to buy a small amount of units each day and just have them killed right away. You can save up to 2/3 of your total and try and use that to fight back. So that's a change in mechanics to help make wars more balanced. So the next thing that I'll just cover real quickly, not a very important change, but Air Force bases are no longer Air Force bases, they are hangars. You just got a name change. Still work the same. Or as all of these do now. Now there's also no caps on military improvements, which means that you can have more than 5 barracks, you can have as many as you want. There is a soft cap though, which is that you can only recruit up to 1/36 of your total cap per day. So if we go back to the military page, you can see before I had 2 barracks, now I have like 8, and still same amount of is being stacked per turn in soldiers. So it's configured so it should be close to the amount of barracks that you would have had previously, but instead of having to have them all spread out through all your cities, you can have them all in one or whatever you want. So there's more options to specialize there. The Central Intelligence Agency has been renamed to the Intelligence Agency. Very minor change again. Wars now they look a little different. I'm adding more information so it's easier to look at, especially on mobile view, but instead of just icons, you can have a little bit of text describing what's going on. It also shows turns remaining. Wars now last 3 days instead of 5, which is 36 turns, so at the end of the 36th turn, they're over. And then instead of a 2-day grace period between wars, it's just a 1-day grace period. So if you declare war on somebody, you fight for 3 days, and it expires, and you have 12 turns or 1 day where you can't fight them again, and then you could declare war on them again, or they could declare war on you. Some stuff like turn this into a button, timelines now look like buttons. What else? Oh, so now you can only have 3 offensive wars and 2 defensive wars, again to help balance wars so people aren't getting overloaded all at once. And that's about it for so far. More things to be adding to the test server are XP for military units that will increase in battles. There'll also be an option to train your units to increase the XP slightly. XP a bit diluted when new units are added, be lost when new units are killed. And there's definitely more that's going to be going on. I'm going to probably redo all the battle types, so they're going to be changed, probably more emphasis on destroying improvements. I'm going to change ground battles, so there are only like 2 military action points, and airstrikes and naval battles will be 3. Missiles and nuclear weapons may be reduced as well, and along with their effects. So just going to be working on rebalancing kind of the whole system, just to make it a little more fun, more balanced, so it's not so one-sided, and just to make it more, give you more to do when you're at war, instead of doing a couple attacks and then logging off for like 6 hours and coming back. So that's the gist of it. Thanks for watching, and go ahead and test it out at test.politicsandwar.com.